Let's check out a 36 KO victory from the jaws of defeat and 20k's worth of damage to boot. Hi everybody, and hope you're doing well. Welcome to a brand new Marvel Rivals video. I'm having a lot of fun in game at the moment. Of course, the weekend I'm not at work, so I get a chance to actually play, which is amazing. I had a really good game with Moon Knight, and I'm really enjoying the playability with the character. One thing that you have to note with it is the way you're places you're placing an Ankh. First of all, I was happy with my placement. This particular placement of my Ankh is I was trying to cut the distance there, and I actually made a mistake to go round, and I should have done that because my team crumbled at that given time. You're going to see things go well and, well, not so well. In this particular round, we're just a bit kind of sloppy and really kind of finding our pace with everything. However, placing down an Ankh right close to enemies as they're fighting our allies gives us a bit of a blanket for me to focus fire through the Ankh, therefore doing a lot more damage, which you can see right there. They're focusing on our tank, and I'm firing through the Ankh and destroying enemies in my path without a blind's bit of notice. I do like firing off my right click. My right click will give a multiple amounts of burst-based moon blades, I think it is, and wow, okay, the damage from that is just beautiful. As long as enemies don't destroy your Ankhs and you can place them in areas of great advantage, you'll be able to get a multitude of damage. As we head up to capture point, I like to throw an Ankh just there by that tree. When they're coming up, well, as they're right there now, they're largely focused again in their firing. I like to make sure that I understand where people are fighting off to then place the Ankh down. If they're distracted with other allies, or yeah, other allies of mine, then at least I can fire through the Ankh, get those ricochets off, and do a lot of damage. I shouldn't come out too far just then because I'm a bit exposed. And one thing that I have learnt with Moon Knight is to sort of hang back. Not in a great kind of range-based attacker, but with a lot of characters at melee like Iron Fist, you want to be at least a little bit further back. And right there, I used the combination of having my Ankh and throwing my ultimate on top of it, because that multiples damage. If your fists are coming down, or hands are coming down, and you're firing extensively into those Ankhs, then that's great. I don't know what I'm doing right here. I think I'm just trying to like capture some people coming in from spawn. That's probably not a wise idea. I don't know why Iron Fist decided to use the ultimate like that with no backup. And then what I'm doing there is I'm firing that Ankh where there's a grouping of enemies and cutting the distance. You can see I'm giving myself very little room to. Left side is guarded by that wall, and unfortunately I do get taken out there. But I think I got too ballsy in that particular situation. I should have at least hung back a little bit. But there, you can see I throw my Ankh down. The enemies are occupied, and I'm then going to fire my Q if I can. Yes, I can right there. Firing through the Ankh still, or trying to, but I have to hang back because I'm taking some damage. I had 38 health left, so you've got to be as careful as possible. Pick up the extra health. I need to lay down another Ankh, and I was done for there. Tried my best, but that first round was a defeat, which is disappointing. We move now into the second round, and I kind of change up my play. One thing that I have noticed, and I will be doing a video either this month or next month, is about just utilising play. You can see here I've fired my Ankh on that pillar point there, and I'm firing through to it where there's enemies surrounding it. I'm largely doing that because they haven't seen it, so trying to get that Ankh in a good place is important, and also they can't see me. They'll largely just see some feet moving around up the stairs that I was at that moment in time. I'm also going to change my placement in height 2 times in this, with some really decent positioning. One will be up getting in and shooting down, and the other one will just add the same thing actually, but ultimately looking after that defending point. We want to capture the point, the throne room, and of course positions are going to be key. I would have liked to have gone a bit deeper and thrown up the stairs. Actually, do I throw up the stairs, the Ankh? Yes, I do, and that's another thing as well. They can't see me. They're just going to be in that room, just, what was it, a fish in a barrel? And that's really the thing, shooting fish in a barrel with your Ankh. Bit of mistake right here in that I didn't get my repositioning to go to the right side. In that other entrance you could come in, I should have thrown an Ankh down. And thrashing around here. There's some times where I think everyone has this. They have some bad plays and then some good plays. Still, the enemies are coming towards that Ankh, so I can focus that, but ultimately I get slapped down, as it were, in that moment by by Hela. So yeah, I think I got surrounded as well, so I had no kind of allies in that particular moment in time. I do like utilising the F to kind of get myself forward, propel myself quicker to battle. I know a lot of people have talked about sprint being more of a thing. Anyway, this is when I changed position. I kind of figured that they're going to be in that spawn point, or our allies are in that spawn point there, but I want to get a little bit of height and at least reposition where I'm going to fire my Ankh to. Well, they are in the spawn point, which is good, but I throw my Ankh there, which might be a mistake now, it just depends. So I throw my first Ankh down there because I'm like, okay, they might be going away. Means nothing though, because they and obviously firing off my hands of Khonshu and throw it. That's what I wanted to do first off. Put an Ankh in the centre and just go aggressive, shoot it through, see what happens. Here is where I make the best guess that I could probably make. I'm up high here shooting down, but I'm thinking, right, I've got an Ankh, I should be repositioning myself closer to their spawn, or where they're going to come through. I've seen the play, our team are pushing up those stairs, I'm coming up here with my F, and then what I'm going to be doing is coming around the corner and throwing down behind them an Ankh, and then shooting through that Ankh as quickly as possible. You can see there. Avoid the ultimate that's coming in from Magneto, and then just shoot through the Ankh right there, get those ricochets off. Lose my Ankh, and then in a moment throw a new Ankh down, and then ultimate damage. There we go, the new Ankh goes down. We suppress the enemy push, and then we've got the capture point. There is people that have gone into the enemies have filtered through, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Few bits of sloppy firing here or there, but ultimately, hey, the end result is 20k's worth of damage and 36 kills. So, hey, I can't kind of like overly criticize myself. That would be completely wrong all the time. But I do want to play better now that I've got the chance to play the game. Same thing with everyone else. Everyone wants to get good, and I'm sure everyone will. It just takes a lot of time and investment to do that. So we're in a new area right now, and I love this map. But I love this map because I've played it several times, and the other ones I haven't played as much. This is why I think I've got better experience with it. I've thrown the Ankh there because as they filter through, now that is destroyed, which is annoying, but as they were filtering through, it was largely they're coming through as a funnel. They're funneling through, and they don't see the Ankh. We've got Lunar Snow doing an ultimate, and again I've Ankh'd in the distance to then shoot through because there's a cluster of healers at the back. And of course now they're coming a little bit further forward. But that Ankh placement is rather good. As I said, I like putting it close to doorways and places that you can run through and shooting it through, at least giving some advantage for my team to push out further. Get a bit swarmed and overwhelmed now, and I kind of like cower back a bit, and that's because I didn't really get my positioning right, and this ultimately left in me just being KO'd, which isn't great. I changed the position up top, and then I'm figuring out what is happening. Still got one Ankh in play with one to put out, but it's largely knowing where the enemy is going and making the right decisions. And then it's like throw an Ankh there. Again, people are filtering through, enemies are filtering through, fire into that. I do need to get an Ankh in play down to where they are because they're in that little kind of gold room, the treasure room of Odin, so I need to get down there. So not really thinking too much here. Throw my Ankh there. Good placement, good Ankh placement, and good ultimate placement at the same time. See, this got loads of KOs right there. We've got a 5 KO streak. Down into the throne room, throw an Ankh behind the healers, throwing right into it as rapidly as possible. And try and get some more. I did kind of focus fire on them, and I should just focus fire on the Ankh because the Ankh right there is giving us ultimate. They can like heal as quick as that's kind of going. It's still quite nice with it. Ankh destroyed, a bit disappointing. Need to throw a new Ankh down and just kind of keep this momentum going. I think I'd go back into that heal, which is great, and then like I cower out of there, but I reposition myself, and that's one thing. If you're getting swarmed, you try and reposition. You do get knocked out, right? And that's not the end of the world, as there's not much you can do against Iron Fist. Iron Fist's ultimate is... A lot of people were saying Iron Fist should be nerfed. We'll have to see. I think it's again down to like good placement and getting away if you can. That was a bit of a mistake. I messed up my Ankh placement. Silly me. But I'm doing now a process of using this jump pad whilst I'm resetting. I go into the throne room in order to back up one of my allies, and then I throw in the Ankh and firing through it, as you can see right there. That Jeff is amazing. Shout out to that Jeff and my team. So I was able to help out and push us out of that treasure room, or that gold room. Where's treasure room? Gold, whatever it is. And then pushing through into the centre part, we need to defend. We are really close to losing this. I actually didn't realise how close we were to losing this, but we did well. I'm doing some scrappy fights against Hela, not my best, but we were a bit. I dug deep. I dug real deep. And you're going to see in a minute this 4 KO clutch right at the end is probably the thing that, like, not to blow my own trumpet, but I think it was like, and I play bad at sometimes, but when you're playing good, hey, it's good, man. Right, so we're going to take down Iron Fist, got to take down the rest of them. I'm going to get an ank ready in a second, and when I do, we're going to be able, there we go, now we can cook. They've come in a little bit too aggressively, or they're about to come in a bit too aggressively here, and I'm close to my ultimate. As soon as I fire through this ank, it's just one down, right? And then we're going for the second one down. They're not taking out that ank, and then I'm throwing off the hand Khonshu, sealing us the win by doing so and taking out that Captain America. Wow, that was nail-biting stuff right to the very end, and what a game. What a comeback. That was a massive comeback and a clutch win overall. That was so exciting. It was great to pick up the MVP. 36 KOs. Wow, what a match. And yeah, the scores don't lie on performance of everything. Shout out to my team who played really well. The healers did an amazing job to keep us alive, and of course going 2 tanks deep with it. I think we got a good balance, which you know, made my day to see such a nice kind of like team dynamic of it's working well, and we had you know, it's a good call for that. Is it a roll call? Roll queue that needs to be dealt with in the future? Maybe. And you can see on screen as it's slowly zooming in, 36 KOs, the 3 medals overall, and then we've got nearly 20k of damage, which was super nice to see. You know, I could have done better on my accuracy, but at the end of the day, I can't overly criticize myself because that would be unfair, seeing as, like, look, I got the W, man. That's all that counts. It's getting the W and having a good day in the process. And let's finish the video with the highlight, which you can see. It's this last clutch grab, and we nearly lost this, but shooting through that ank, they didn't destroy it. Thankfully, if they did, well, maybe different story. Getting the ultimate off, and yeah, I didn't capture many of them. I didn't hit many of them, but it's all about that flair for finish and getting that W. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have you had an equally brilliant game? Tell me about it in the comments. I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you in the next video. Bye-bye.